Welcome to the road to 2000 ELO, where I try to first reach the top 10 leaderboard and then push all the way to number 1 with Star Pack, which many regard to be one of the worst packs. And I have many doubters, but I will silence them all. Now let's get into today's episode. Ladies, gentlemen, the road to 2000 ELO is back. Yay! And a new personal best has been achieved. Yay! But after this episode, I'm going to take like a 1 week break. No! So I'll get into all of that, what my new PB is, and I'll show you some really cool runs. This is going to be a fun episode. But before that, this series tends to be really rev-centric. Of course, because it's like my climb to 2000. But I want to start by giving a shout out to 3 players. The 3 players who have achieved a higher ELO with Star Pack only than me. And I am confident that all 3 of these players are better at Star Pack than me. Not just because of the ELO, but in general. But my job is to catch them, and I want to give them a shout out to start this episode. So I've already recorded this once, but I took like 6 minutes. I'm going to try to do it quicker. The first person, and the person who has achieved the highest rating in Star Pack, is Anonymous, or Anon from the dojo. So I had never directly associated or like spoke to Anon, but everyone told me he's an incredible coach and an incredible player. This guy hit like 2050 or 2060 with Star Pack. Insane. On top of that, I asked him for some feedback. And having never met me before, he watched one of my sets and left me like phone screens and I'm getting a call? No. Phone screens and phone screens worth of advice. So not only is he a good player, he's a good person. Shout out to Anon. And just for those of you who are curious, like I asked Anon, where does he think Star Pack ranks in like how strong the packs are? He had Star Pack like potentially as number 1. So he's a true believer, he's a true craftsman. That leads into number 2. The second highest Star Pack ELO achieved so far goes to Fritz, who actually hit 2000 on the dot, I believe, with Star Pack. Fritz is like a top 2 or 3 player in the world. And he just loves this game, man. Like, Fritz and I have been talking a lot during his climb. And he'll just send cool builds, or he'll discuss, like, what do you think about this? Fritz just loves the game, man. Like, and so shout out to Fritz. And number 3, Revolving Coke, who, if it hasn't happened already, there is a video of Revolving Coke coming on my channel this week for Rate My Gameplay. Stay tuned for that, or go watch it if you haven't. Coke's personal best on Star Pack is 1973. So he has not hit 2000 yet, but I think he will eventually. And Coke is just a gem, and Coke is really good at this pack. And I view, like, without a doubt, those 3 are better than me right now at this pack. And then that leaves me. I know that I have achieved the 4th highest Star Pack ELO out of anyone. My personal best, which I hit last week, 1949. That's right, I got to 1949, which is 51. God, I should have known that instantly. 51 ELO from finishing the road to 2000. But I didn't. But I did not. So my job basically is to catch Coke, Fritz, Anon. Those are like this is what I said to Coke. They're on Mount Rushmore right now. And technically there are 4 faces, but I don't think I deserve it yet. So that's what I'm trying to get to. So anyway, shout out to them. That's sort of the landscape of Star Pack and where the highest players have achieved. Now I'm going to pause and I'm going to show you 3 matches that happened after I hit 1949. Let's go, people. Okay, so today's runs come a little bit after I hit 1949. I was down at 1912. And sort of the theme of these 3 runs is life at the top is brutal. So the first game you're seeing is against Anon, the aforementioned best Star Pack player. We are in a mirror. And I got bad news for you, dear viewer. The worst matchup for me is the Star Pack mirror because I've played it the least. And up until the most recent update, you just never versed it. So I'm not very good at the Star Pack mirror, and I get into Leech Tuna. He gets into Cardinal Caramel. And what did I learn from this game? My build was too slow. Like, this is turn 4. His stats are just way too much. And my hope is that I can outlast this tempo, and then my Leech Tuna can start to cook. But as I'm going to skip ahead here, I do get into Toad and Hawk, but he's hit Mantis, Elk, And from the very start, like, from the very start of the Star Pack revamp, you knew that Mantis and Elk was just so strong. So now he's elking with 6 lives. He has got the Dream Mirror, Pack 3 Mirror setup. And you see, it's going to be a slow death for the Reverend. This is turn 9. Do I pause it? I do pause it. He's hit on turn 9. Level 2 Starfish with a Marmoset that I didn't see exactly but would be worth a lot, and Alpaca on turn 9. And even though I've hit Ostrich, Leech, Trike, my board is not necessarily bad, but Anon is... He's got 4 lives and he's absolutely killing me. I don't even know... Okay, I do win this round, but it's fake. Yes, we have 3 lives each. But life at the top is tough. And by turn... What turn is this? Turn 11? Look at his team, dude. Look at his team. He truly is a level above me at the moment. And my motivation is to get there. And after having my first interaction with Anon, I really like him as a person and the way he goes about it. But he crushed me here. I have to give him his props. And I don't think, because I didn't record this live, I don't know exactly how much ELO I lost, but we are going to go from 1912 to about 1903, maybe. I'm going to pause real quick. Lath is sleeping, so I will be whispering. Anyway, that's the game against Anon done. I just go into a Leech Melon. That's essentially waving the white flag. Shout out to Anon. It would be really exciting if by the end of this series, not only do I hit 2,000, but maybe Anon and I can do like a best of 7 to truly earn it. That'd be really cool. Anyway, that's game 1 of this 3-game mini-ep. Let's head on to game number 2. Okay, game 2. I'm starting at 1903, and unfortunately I don't have time to do a lot of fancy editing here, so I'm just gonna like manually skip ahead. But I'm at 1903, I go against Pack 5. Now this was originally Revolving Coke's account, so I think I'm playing against Revolving Coke. And the match begins. Unicorn Pack, 1723 ELO. This should be a win. It really should. And now I'm gonna skip in a bit manually. Let's get to about here. Turn 7. I've hit a huge leech. I have the Pug, the Clownfish. My team isn't bad. His team is all mana. Level 3 Pen Cobble is doing absolute damage. And he hits Chimera. So Chimera is an annoying unit to play against. But as a Star Pack player, I have units to deal with this. If he's running Chimera, I can be running Hawk, or I can be running a variety of things to mess up order, because if I skip ahead a little bit more, this is the game within the game. So I'm going to skip ahead to turn 9. Sorry, people. I wish the production quality was better. There we go. We'll watch from here. Here we go. We got there. I'm sorry, people. I'm like sick and time poor, and I'm just trying to bring some content that people can enjoy. So let's pause. My team. Big Leech. Big Clownfish, Reindeer on board. He brings in a Kitsune to help buff his Chimera. Now this should be easy for me, because I have Donkey and Hawk, and like these are the things that I can do to try and be strong. Look at the size of his units here. I go to lethal. So I'm just gonna like, you know, all this stuff is all really fluffy and nice. I probably do bring in this Trike. All I really need is a Hawk to put at the back. But you think he might buy Ambrosia. So really I want Donkey. And let's see how I play this. In comes the Trike. The Chocolate, why am I freeze rolling? I guess I'm looking for Donkey. None of these units that I'm showing right now win. None of these units win. So now I'm kind of like, does this get there? Freeze rolling the Chocolate was just bad, but I'm just sort of like, coming off the amount of effort it took me to get to 1949, I'm sort of just like playing flat and forcing it a bit, like for the sake of like, oh, I was close to 2000, maybe I can keep going. There's the Hawk. You have to take it, right? You just have to. I honestly can't remember. Do I take it? Yeah. But then I'm like, surely he Ambrosias. And I decide against it because I'm playing against Coke. Coke is going to play around this. Like he's going to maybe move his Kitsune to to 4th or like by ambrosia. Newsflash to past Reverend and dear viewers, just buy the Hawk. Just buy the Hawk. Because we would have won this turn. But I think we actually do win anyway. Because I mean, it's not like my play was bad there, but it definitely wasn't the smartest. However, we do win. So now I'm like, okay, game on. We're cooking, we're scaling. How do I play this? I take my hamster. And we're gonna roll. There's a reindeer. Do I really want a reindeer level? Do I want an ostrich? It's awkward. Rev, how are you gonna play this? I'm on lethal, remember? I need a win right now. I go for the ostrich because I'm like, if I'm gonna win, let me try and like actually have some scaling. Freeze, can I hit tier 6s? I do get 1 round of scaling. Maybe more. It's not a great turn. It's what I really need is equipment. And I'm freeze rolling for ostrich and this chocolate is just sitting there. Even against someone that's 1723 Ammonite, sure, that would be great. Even against someone that's 1723 technically, you can't just like turn off and be like, oh, I'll just roll a bit and have some fun. I'm still not addressing the issues. The issue is that I need like melon or pepper or something, and I need a donkey or a hawk or something to deal with his thing at the back. But instead, I'm just playing like this is... Look, a back hawk still would have won. I'm playing... And truly, I say this with like all due respect to people who are lower elo. I'm playing like a low elo player. I'm just building a good board. Like I'm just playing arena, basically. And now I'm freezing and I'm not giving myself less chance to find the functional pets. It's just like, how do I phrase this? Am I playing bad? No. Am I playing well? Also no. We're gonna hit a lemon or a tomato. And I'm just like, at this point, I still think I'm playing Coke. And I'm like, there is absolutely no way that Coke leaves that unit sitting at the back again. There is just no way. It's been like this many turns. Now he's going to be like, he's going to know what I have in my pack to deal with it. And I'm pretty sure I opt for the lemon. So this is just poor, man. And like, I'm making myself vulnerable in this video as a way to show 2 things. Firstly, you cannot switch off at high elo. Not for a single game. And secondly, like this is a sign that it's me to have it's time to have a break. I watch certain players just grind ranked so much that it almost becomes meaningless. Ranked is meant to be fun. Ranked is meant to be focused. Right now, the fact that I'm not focused tells you that I'm just not there. And I think we're gonna lose. Because of that mana snipe. There you go. So I'm leaving opportunities on the table. Let me pause and let me show you one more game real quick. Okay, continuing to maintain a respectful volume for Lathe. I am playing against an alt account. Now this player, I'm not going to dox them. Their name is Lab Otter. They are basically a first round, a 1 seed. They are an extremely good player. And they have a big shark and a big peacock and a cat and a scorpion. And I have 1 life and a prayer. So the donkey does its job. The tomatoes are doing their job. And this game, we're on turn 14, by the way. This game was just filled, absolutely filled with me hitting Starfruit and introducing different things that can potentially win me 1 more round. But this is a 1 seed we're talking about. So my team is good. My team is still going to struggle to deal with this shark. So what do you take? Melon, tomato, steak. Great options. I decide a melon on you seems worth it. I'm probably going to rip this pear. I just need any kind of improvement. And remember, I'm on a bit of an ELO skid at the moment. So when you're on an ELO skid, these are the games that really mess with your mental because you're like, I don't feel like I did anything wrong and now I've lost 40 ELO today. This game sucks. But in actuality, like, if you're thinking that way, you're just worn out, in my opinion. So I'm thinking about order. What's the best I can do? And I go for a back donkey, 4th position Ammonite. I actually cooked this game, and we're going to buff our leech. Triceratops buffs Piranha. What does he do? Lab Otter goes for a 4 squad. But now I'm getting kind of big. The melon here is big. And we actually take a win. So now it's 2 lives to 1. Maybe my Elo skid is going to stop. Maybe. Question mark. Now I say goodbye to Donkey. And I bring in a real Velociraptor. Why is that? Because I can... This is really cheeky. I can get double pepper on this Piranha. And look at his board. It just makes so much sense. And that guarantees that all of my units are going to have crazy high attack. We're doing hot dog spinnies, spinnies, hot dog spinnies, hot dog spinnies, ba-bang. Now, how do you order? I decide to stick like this. Now, do you think a 1 seed is just going to lie down and let me win? Question mark. Let's see what they do. I'm going to pause at the start of this battle. In comes the Scorp. That's annoying. My whole round and plan to bring in the real Velociraptor is now foiled because it's dead. So let's see. The shark is now at the back. He reads my donkey cell, which is insane. Or maybe he just doesn't care. But the math is good. The Mimic Octopus matters 1 health. I remain on 1 health. He's on 2. How do I win? I'm scaling better than him. And now I'm going to hit this pita bread. Let me pause real quick. My wife is in the room. Okay, I'm so back. The battle continues. I think I'm going to take pita bread for my trike, which is actually like, it's a cool interaction that's actually bait. I think a steak helps me win more. And I should definitely do that. But I'm going to get baited, aren't I? I'm going to take the pita bread. Take the steak. I don't like that. These are the minor things that matter. You could think about a lollipop. And now I think the big question for me is, where is this Scorp going? And I think if I was him, I would probably move the Scorp to 2nd, just to give me a different look. And therefore, I go for this ordering. And then, no, I end up going Piranha at the front. And I'm trying to think about the Scorp. Where's he going to do it? How's this going to work? I've put my bait pita bread, although I do get it back, so maybe it's not bait. Let's pause. He doesn't move the Scorpion. He doesn't move the Scorpion. We do get a good break point here, and we eat the steak. But we're no longer big enough. And we lose. And let's see. Just like that, you blink and you're 1876. So, and what's funny is, let me rewind here. I actually was talking to the guy after the game, whoever this, a guy or gal, I'm not doxing anyone. They're definitely not European. After the game, we were messaging, and I was like, I thought you weren't going to front Scorp. And he basically said front Scorp was like the only position for him. Which, you know, if I was a non or Fritz or Revolving Coke, I would have seen that, but I didn't. So anyway, I think I'm really happy with where this series is, but I'm going to take a little week break or so. And we're going to charge again. I think we'll be starting again from like 1850. So it's a mini reset. I thank you for your support. And when I see you next, I will make sure I only come back to this when I'm fully charged and ready to go. I promise. All right, I love all of you. Have a great day. Peace.